Well, hello, family. Welcome back. Welcome back to our amazing Women in Network Marketing show. I say it's amazing because this show would not be happening without these amazing women. So I already know in advance that it's going to be amazing because these women that we've been bringing up every single month have been so awesome. Their stories have been so profound, have touched so many people's lives. And I'm truly honored and blessed to be a part of this movement, to be a part of normalizing this industry so others like yourself and people you're connected to can be okay and comfortable with knowing that network marketing is a better way, truly. So I'm excited. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know who's on here, where you're tuning in from. Go ahead and share this, invite others to watch this because the person you're going to hear from today, she is truly a powerhouse, dynamic, absolutely love her. And I may be biased because I've known her for years and I absolutely love her and her family. And just watching her evolve over the years has just been awesome, been amazing. Just seeing how she stretches herself and she helps others. She's very selfless. So she's not all about just herself. She always looks a way to helping people and also making them look beautiful. So my name is Jatasha Harris. For those of you who are like, who is this woman talking? What's she talking about? You are on the Women in Network Marketing show, the W.I.N show. And I love that it's on Wednesday because Wednesday is Winning Wednesday. In addition to all the other days that we went on, but Wednesday is just something profound, something special that happens on Wednesday. And these segments that we do are every first and third Wednesday of the month. We always showcase a woman on here who's in network marketing, but also has a background of whatever that thing is. And so it could be a person who owns another business. It can be a person who is an employee, who's a student, who's a teacher, just different backgrounds. And the purpose behind the show is to normalize, as I said earlier, network marketing, to show people that you can have a traditional route that you may have taken and now decided to add network marketing into the fold and how it has made an impact and how it's a beneficial and a blessing to so many people's lives. I got started in this industry not that long ago and absolutely fell in love with it. And so this is my contribution, my way of giving back to not just the company that I'm a part of or any of these women that I'm part of, but to the industry in itself. It truly is helping marriages and parenting and families and being just better overall in every aspect of your life. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I see we have a Nikisha on. Hello, Nikisha. Welcome. Thank you so much for allowing or for being on here with us. Thank you so much for sharing and inviting other women on here. I see you adding more women to the fold. Thank you all so much for tuning in. But I'm going to go ahead now and bring up our special guest. She is awesome. She is amazing. We absolutely, again, love her. And I think you are going to love her too. Her name is Tashawn High. She is out of the Raleigh, North Carolina area. And I'm going to bring her on up and I'm going to let her tell her story because if you let me stay on here, I'll tell it. I love her story, but I want you all to meet her and hear it directly from her mouth. So let me bring her on up to the screen. Tashawn!
Hi.
Welcome. Thank you for being on here and saying yes.
Of course.
Yeah, I know you just getting in not that long ago, less than 24 hours from out of the country. You are on an all-inclusive, beautiful. I just saw a lot of the pictures of your footage of all the events that you did, but at the in Jamaica. Tell us about that.
Yes, Jamaica was awesome. The whole vacation, getting there was awesome. We didn't have to go through too much of the hectic with COVID. We had our papers together, printed out everything because I know we're right on edge of going when COVID is about to come. So we were blessed to be able to beat COVID and not have anything canceled on us. So we got back safe, got back at 1 o'clock this morning. It was awesome. We got to see an impression of Michael Jackson. We got to do Dunn's Fall River and also see Bob Marley's grave. So that was awesome. And the people are great. I tried goat for the first time and a lot of other things for the first time. So it was really great. It was awesome.
Oh my gosh. Well, I thank you for still saying yes and committing to being here after just coming back. I'm sure you are tired from having a long week full of fun and excitement. So let's talk. We're going to have a conversation. I know people want to know, okay, who is Tashawn High? They saw a little bit of the blurb on the invite. They know that you are a stylist and how you're getting daily deposits and making money doing hair and other things that you're connected to. So tell us, let's start from the beginning. Let's start from Tashawn when when you can remember as far back, and just your upbringing and how you got to becoming this amazing woman. So let's go from there all the way until, let's say, high school. Let's stop at high school. So tell us about Tashawn.
All right. Well, Tashawn always wanted to help people. Tashawn was always that person, like, if it's people or animals, I started off wanting to be a veterinarian. And then I went to Shadow and I'm like, I don't think I want to help this way. So then I went into nursing. I'm like, okay, I can deal with this. Nursing's cool. But the same way that you help, babies, they get angry. The same way you help older people, they get angry too, but they just can use their words. So I've noticed, I'm like, I don't like being disrespected, but I still help people anyway. So I did go through my nursing class. I was able to do some clinicals. I wasn't able to work in the hospital yet, but I still was able to, get that experience. So that was great. And then going into high school, I started doing hair. I started doing hair in the neighborhood. I think it was even before I even went to school. I was just braiding, the children in our neighborhood because we had a big neighborhood. So I would just walk around and, introduce myself and started doing hair maybe at 14, 15. And then grew up from that. And I went back to nursing school because I'm like, my grandma was a nurse. My aunt was a nurse. Like, a lot of people in my family were a nurse. So I was just like, let me follow these traits. I want to help people. This is the biggest way to help people in the nursing world. As I grew up, got older, I was like, I'm very creative. So doing hair, it started sparking, my interest. I started seeing different hairstyles. I started doing my own hair. And then people was like, who did that? Who did that? I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe I can help people this way. So I changed my whole dream in creative hair. I went to the mastery in Georgia. Oh, this is after high school. I'm sorry. So during high school, hair just became my favorite. Meeting new people, seeing how far people will come out of their comfort zone is a great thing for me. So I started doing hair, dreads on all ethnicity. So it became where I was like loving colors, hair dye, things like that. So I knew I was able to help people in that way, make people feel beautiful and enjoy their presence.
That's awesome, Sean. Oh my gosh. So hold on. How did you learn how to do hair? Because I'm telling you, I've tried to braid, and I got two girls, and my goodness, I don't know. My fingers just can't. That's an art. That's something that, if you can learn, I can do the basic braiding, but to make it look decent, to have the parts nice and neat and all of that stuff, that takes some skill. So how did you even learn how to do that part?
Well, I asked for that doll head during Christmas, the Bratz doll with the star at the bottom. Started practicing. I'm like, Mom, can you teach me how to braid? Can you teach me? She's like, just take the hair and keep braiding backwards. She would never just show me, but I just took that. I'm like, all right, take the hair, keep braiding backwards. So, and then box braids came out. So that was fast for me because that's the only thing I knew how to do is box braids. So I would always do that on my doll. And then after I learned how to cornrow, feed-ins came in. So I'm like, okay, we got to learn all of this. You got to keep up with the styles. And when I went to Georgia, I learned so much, like the big hair, like the studio, the runway show hair. So I was able to get into that. But braiding, it took some time. I probably learned how to do a few ponytails and buns before I started braiding. But yeah, got it down.
Gotcha. So, man, I mean, you just said a whole lot right there because practice is what it took. You just didn't overnight become like this successful hairstylist and hair braider, but you do an amazing job. And again, I might be biased, but I think she does an amazing job. And others from what you see, she does an amazing job. But she took practice. It wasn't overnight. She didn't wake up and say, okay, I just want to do hair. She's been doing this from a young girl. So some people who may be watching, you on your journey and seeing how you're evolving may think, oh man, why I can't do it like that? No, you heard what she said. She said, She's been doing this since a young age and continue to practice, and then started keeping up with the times of the new styles and then practice that over and over and over again. And that practice now made it to where, tell us now, after high school, then what happened?
Career-wise? Okay, after high school, what did I do first? I think I did nursing again. I don't know. I tried nursing so many times. My grandma wanted me to do it so bad. She even bought me the scrubs that I don't even think I even put on. But I did try really hard on it, but it just wasn't me. It wasn't what I loved. So after high school, I think I worked a little, and then something happened at my job. If it would have never happened, I probably would have never started hair school. My job that I left is across the street from Paul Mitchell, where I went to school, hair school at. Whatever happened at my job happened, and then I walked across the street. I'm like, I'm going to do hair. This ain't for me. I can't work. I can't do this 9 to 5. I want to make my own hours. I want to be able to tell people I can do hair now or I can't right now. That's my goal. I like to be there for people when they need me. I like celebrations. I walked across the street. I started hair school the next week. And that was Paul Mitchell. That took me about 6 to 8 months to complete. And then after that, I went to Atlanta in the mastery, which is for avant-garde and studio hair. So I learned runway. That was about 3 months. I stayed in Georgia by myself. I had 2 other roommates, which was great. That school is now shut down, but I learned so much from it. I think we were actually the last group to graduate. So that's a blessing. They taught me so much that I didn't learn in regular school that I would have probably never known today. Wigs and things like that. And then after that, I did my own thing. I did my salon. I had that for about 3 to 5 years. That's where I met Jatasha. She's actually my client as well. Yeah, that's about it.
Well, that is a lot. Oh my gosh. But you said it's another message. And I love to pick apart what people say because the messages in those things are profound. And I definitely, sometimes for us, when we go through things, we just look at them as, okay, that happened, but we will move on. But that happening would not have propelled you to go across the street and then open up this next career. The other part you said was your grandmother wanted you to do. And a lot of times us as, parents, and even before we were parents, our parents and grandparents have these goals and dreams and desires that they see for us, but yet we may not see it for ourselves. And in honoring our parents, we want to, okay, well, maybe that's it. They, want the best for us. Of course, every parent and grandparent want the best for their child or grandchildren. But when you start to notice the special talents and gifts within yourself is not in alignment or is not matching up for what they want for you, it's either that thing where you do it for them, but you regret it, or you let them know, I love you, but I want to go out and try this. And any parent or grandparent is going to extend that grace for the most part. If they don't, it's more probably for their own selfish reasons. But it sounds like your grandmother and your mom were like, we'll support you whatever you do. And I see them. I see them support you. They show up to your events. They clap for you. They love on you. They're on social media with you. They're sharing stuff. And so you have awesome support, a great support system. But again, that thing happening, whatever it was at that job, pushed you to go across the street and look what happened. Sometimes it takes something, tragic to happen in order for you to step into your next. And now that you did that, went to school, became a master at what your craft. You said you went to mastery school, came back from mastery school, and then started your salon. Yes. And that's where, we met before then, but where we started, when you took me in as a client and all of that stuff was right after that part. And then, so tell us about that whole salon experience. What was that like for you?
It was great. I know it was definitely another rent. But it was worth it. Definitely building the clientele. Maybe wasn't starting profit for a while, and I just kept pushing, kept meeting people, passing out cards, just making people happy at that point. And then I started, making more money than what my rent was. So it was amazing. I had my own room. I was able to decorate it as well. And the owner was great. I basically was promoting myself. So that was good. I always love somebody that can take me in and still allow me to do my own thing. And we clicked. So it was great. And then like my papa, he was just like telling my grandma, she'll figure it out. She'll figure it out. And I did. So I'm happy for him. And to let everybody see my journey.
Wonderful, wonderful. So doing that, you were doing the salon, you were making money. Like you said, you started making more than what your expenses were, which is good, and all of that. And then what happened? You something got introduced to you that took a little bit of your attention away, but it actually ended up being for a good reason. So tell us about what happened and how you got into network marketing profession.
Okay. So I'm a good talker to people. I like meeting new people, even different personalities. So when we come in the salon, we have a lot of stories we talk about. And I think one thing about it is a lot of people talk about their downfalls and a lot of people talk about what's great happening in their life. So a lot of our conversations were about, purchases because we like to buy stuff. So that was my point where I wanted to get a car. So I'm like, okay, if I'm about to do all this stuff, I have big dreams. I need something to support that. So looking around, watching you and being able to join a group that loves me and want to see me win and prosper more than what I'm doing now, something that I could never do. Well, I could do it on my own, but it would just take much longer. So I think really helping people prosper is my main thing. Even when you think you're really low, there's something that can take you up and beyond the stars. And I'm excited to be able to be up there and actually be that platform for this network group, and also being able to let people know that their dreams can come true.
Yeah. So, and you're absolutely right. You had big dreams. You wanted to do other things. I know you're in the process of looking to, purchase a home, and you've been traveling and all that stuff. But I think a lot of times in traditional business and even working as an employee, you're limited. You're either limited in your time or you're limited in your finances. And so that's what we do. Just like you said, looking around, trying to figure out what's the next thing that I can do that can help me get some more time or help me get some more finances, or even both. And for you, it was, you were fortunate to be able to have, someone who you already knew, liked, and trusted to kind of hear a little bit about, this industry. But who knows? You may have jumped in it just on your own by accidental, but it took you a while, right? Because you didn't jump in network marketing immediately. You knew about it, but how long did it take you before you said, yes, let me go ahead and join network marketing, although you knew about it? How many years was that?
I think it was a good 8 months, but I had just started the salon too. So I didn't want too much on my plate. And then after, not going so smooth on buying what you want, that's when you really jump in and be like, hey, I got to do something about this because it ain't going to work. Like, I can't go down a road where I feel scared to do an application, or I feel scared to, make that big purchase that I want. I want to be able to do it with confidence. So instead of just using my money, we got to look at our credit. We got to look on what we owe already. And then I want to be on a strong pedestal. I wanted to make sure it's a brick house. I don't want to fall. I don't want it to be a pillow soft. I don't want none of that. But it did take me a few months. And then after like growing up and seeing things that we actually need in this life, after COVID, COVID stopped a lot of hair stuff. So I'm like, okay, if this is what I'm going to do, I need a background. Because if I fall again, I need something to take me up. And that's what it was.
That's powerful, powerful. And I brought that up to Sean because a lot of times people join the industry and people that they know don't join them immediately. And so what happens? They just, fall out. They say, oh, I'm not interested. So I say that to say, to Sean, being already successful business owner, all of that stuff, she didn't join immediately. But a lot of people who have people in their funnel, they give up on them because they don't join immediately. Imagine if somebody would have given up on Tashawn's and she would have been or could have been in their group, but because they said, oh, she's not ready today, then they just left her alone. No, you continue to still water those relationships, still, make those connections, and eventually they'll start. And like you heard her say, it took her 8 months before she actually joined. So I say that to say again, don't give up on the people that you are looking to, who would be awesome at this. It just may take them a little bit of time. And now you came into your company, Tashawn, and you are just growing and prospering. You have team members. Tell us about how that experience has been and just the money and stuff that you're able to see come in on a consistent basis.
It's been great. I actually love my partner's testimonies. Even like some of them are so much better than mine. I'm like, that's so great. Like, I'm happy you're getting, more back in your paycheck. I'm happy your credit score is going up. I have to wait on mine because my student loans, they be killing me, but it's going to be half the time or, a quarter of the time faster than what it would normally be. But definitely my team's stories is different. Because some of people think they're gonna work all the time, and I'm like, no, we're gonna build this thing. We're not gonna work all the time. Like, no, I want something where I can go to Jamaica like I just did and still get paid. That's like great, and I can't wait to see it grow more.
Yes, yes. Taking trips and still getting those deposits, getting those messages, letting you know that you got money coming in. Also, while you were doing hair too, a lot of times because you went from being in the salon to being mobile. So that was awesome. I know a lot of your clients, including me, I love the fact that you were able to travel to our, location. It's just more personable. And you were also able to work your business while you were doing hair. You utilize the systems, utilize tools, utilize leverage. So it wasn't all on you. So while you were doing hair, tell us about that process. What were you able to accomplish and still work your network marketing business while you were still doing your traditional business that you loved and was passionate about?
I really think the drive, like I can now write off those miles that I'm doing and get that money back. So that's one. And then on the way, like being able to say, I went from this place to this place and be able to talk to more people. People like they rather not go anywhere. So it's just better for them. So it's not always about me. Also, I think not paying that rent too. I can keep that money now. But yeah, that's probably about it. It's probably harder though to get my clientele. Just because I keep who I already have and kind of circle them around. That's about it.
That's good. That's good. So now you got to a place where you were able to, again, change the mindset. Because I say it all the time. People think, okay, the plan that we've all been told was to work for 40 hours a week for 40 years and then to retire on 40% of our income. And if we keep doing that same plan that we already know at the end is not going to work, then we're basically insane because we know that's the definition of insanity. So Tashawn, it sounds like you learned early on, like, wait a second, what I thought was going to, my job and just doing that forever, that's not really the way. I have to have a backup because as you said, COVID happened, things happened where your income had dropped because you couldn't go to people's homes. You still had another system that allowed you to plug in and reach people all across the US to help you grow your business. And so you didn't have to worry about missing a beat. How did you feel knowing, like you heard that can do that when you joined, but you actually were able to witness it while it happened. Tell us about that experience.
That 5 o'clock text message, that text message saying that I got paid daily is great. I even got it when I was in Jamaica, like, I'm getting this money right now. Like, I'm not doing anything but laying out by the pool. And my team's just working. Even when, I was sick 4 years ago, actually today, 4 years ago on the 20th. I got sick. So I definitely want to be prepared for that. So anything can happen. Like, you just need that support system. Like, my team is strong and I've helped them from my mentor here. She tells me, I tell them, we all cousins. That's what we call them. But it's great. I just enjoy, people who are open-minded, people who are ready to jump and fly. And that's basically where I am. I'm just excited for the people that I meet, the people I touch, and the people that are happy about, this ain't it. You got more to do.
That's right. We definitely got more to do, more lives to reach, more people to empower. And now the hope is that you watch Tashawn and you listen and you heard her story, whether you're a hairstylist or whatever profession you're in, that you can do it too. It's not just reserved for her or for others. It's reserved for you as well. The success is no respect of a person. Success goes to anybody who wants it. And Tashawn raised her hand and said she wants it. And so now she's experiencing it, and she gets to take other people with her, which is so powerful, as you heard her share. So we're excited. I'm excited. Thank you so much, Tashawn, for being on here, for saying yes, for sharing your story. I think I'm grateful that you recovered from, you said you got sick, but even with that, you were able to recover and still continue on moving forward. So again, thank you for the time. Thank you for being here, and looking forward to hearing more of your success going forward.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Well, yeah, you see, I have a little one over here with me. Yes, buddy. Listen, go out there, please. Go, listen. Go ahead, John. No. Go out. Woo, I tell you, I'm sorry. This little boy, oh my gosh, I tell him to stay out there and he does not listen. Anyway, that is our time. I thank you all so much for being on here. You see, the name of the show is Jatasha, the Mommy Juggler, Women in Network Marketing. The Mommy Juggler came from me juggling 3 little ones, right? Not having any support system in the beginning when we came down here from from New York to Raleigh, North Carolina, and just having to take them with me and just do what I need to do with them. So I'm grateful for it. I would not change it for the world. But yes, you have situations like this when kids just come in the middle of your podcast. But again, this is what we do. This is all part of it. And we now, imagine if I was in corporate world and I was in a meeting, I would get in a lot of trouble. But I'm grateful. So grateful. But thank you. I'm not going to keep you at all. We are right here at the end. You heard Tashawn High's story. Amazing woman. Continue to follow her and watch her growth and success. So much is to come. And we're going to be back on here in 2 more weeks where you're going to hear from another powerful woman. This woman, too, is near and dear to me. She actually has been my friend since I was 10 years old. You have to hear her story and what happened to her when her job in the profession she was in let her go. We would never thought that they would let her go because she was in the medical field. But you got to hear what happened to her. So see you next time. Thank you again. God bless you all. Share this. Continue to come on and listen to these women and be empowered and be encouraged in your own lives. God bless you all. Have a great day. Bye-bye.